All right, so the Sharks got shut out today to the soon-to-be playoff team, Colorado Avalanche, 3-0 in Colorado. And I mean, although I wish it was competitive, I really didn't expect the Sharks to win this. I mean, they were coming off a 2-game win streak against the Arizona Coyotes, a pretty nice, sweep against them in a good series. But yeah, when you're playing the Colorado Avalanche, a team that's only lost 12 games, 16 if you include OT losses, it's definitely difficult. We only beat them, once this year, right? And, Martin Jones was in goal tonight. He didn't play terrible. He only had 2 goals allowed. But, Sharks just need to step up their game. Offense was the main problem tonight. And Philip Grubauer had a 21-save shootout. 21-save shutout, not shootout. But yeah, let's get into this. So basically, the first goal came for Gabriel Landeskog about halfway through the first period. It was on the power play. And one thing the Sharks need to improve is their penalty kill. Obviously, lately, they have been kind of successful. But, in terms of games, they've won. But their penalty kill has been poor. And that all leads back to their defense. And it kind of makes, the goalies look bad too. So definitely they got to fix that. But it was a really nice goal for Landeskog. He's obviously a pretty good player. But I think the Sharks just need to improve overall. There was actually a fight that was pretty interesting. It was between McKinnon and LeBanc. Pretty interesting, just to point that out. But yeah, so the second goal was also in the first, not too long after the first goal by Landeskog. It was by Cale Makar, who's obviously a great young talent. He got a nice goal, and it was a slap shot, which ultimately went through traffic and went in the net. And Martin Jones just needs help on defense, quite simply. He had some good saves, especially in the second period, but Grubauer did great as well. The Sharks actually didn't allow any goals in the second, but they didn't score any either, so it wasn't productive at all. Mikko Rantanen scored for the Avalanche on the empty net. So Jones actually only had 2 goals allowed, and I mean, against a team like the Colorado Avalanche, that's really not that bad in the whole grand scheme of things. But the Avalanche held on and won by a final score of 3-0, and that kind of puts our playoff hopes to bed now. I mean, we got pummeled by them, and I mean, I don't really expect us to win whenever we play the Avalanche because they're just like a really good team. Like I said, they're a soon-to-be playoff team in a couple of weeks, and we're gonna play them again like 3 more times. 1 more time in Colorado and twice at home. But I mean, it'd be nice to get a couple, maybe just 1 even would be nice because they're a good team. Like I said. They've clinched the playoffs. They're second in our division in the West. And I mean, there's 1 playoff spot left, but I don't even really think it's possible for us to make it because we're 7 points out of it. But yeah, final score was 3-0 in favor of the Avalanche. I guess the player of the game would probably be Grubauer because he had a lot of saves. But I mean, in terms of scoring, I'd probably say Mikko Rantanen because he had 2 assists as well as a goal. But a lot of good passing for the Avalanche. That's one thing they do well. They have pretty good flow in terms of puck control. But the Sharks defense needs to step up. It's needed to step up all year. It's too late to step up, right? I mean, there's just a couple games left. Sharks moved to 20, 25, and 5. So, kind of shows you where they are. Still at 45 points, which is not playoff type number points. And yeah, they just need to score more. I mean, their shots, only 21 shots is ridiculously low, especially when none of them are in the net. So anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts on this. The Sharks lose 3-0 to the Avalanche in Colorado. And yeah, let me know your thoughts and go Sharks.